Welcome to the review of division of whole numbers. Let's look at a couple of vocabulary words. First of all, dividend. That's the number being divided. Divisor is the number you divide by, and quotient is the answer to the division problem. We are going to review long division. Some of you might remember ducks must swim backwards. So the ducks is for divide, must is multiply, swim is subtract, backwards is bring down. So let's set this up. 125 is being divided by 2. Now, first thing we do is divide. 1 cannot be divided by 2. I'm going to put a 0 to hold my place here. 2 times 0 is 0. This is where we subtract, and we bring down the 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is exactly 12. Then we subtract, bring down the 5. 5 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract, and we have a remainder of 1. Right now, I'm going to write this as a fraction, the remainder of 1, and we are dividing by 2. So it's 62 and a half. Over here, this one's a little bit harder because we have a 2-digit number here in our divisor. Now we need to divide the 3 by 23. That's not going to work, so we're going to put a 0 there. 35 divided by 23 is 1. 1 times 23 is 23. We're going to subtract. Now we have to figure out 126 divided by 23. Well, I'm really not quite sure, but let's just sort of take a guess here. It might go in about, let's try 5. Let's multiply these. And that's pretty close, 115. So 5 times is 115. Subtract. And 11 is our remainder. Again, I'm going to write it as a fraction. 11 is the remainder, and 23 is what we're dividing by. So our final answer is 15 and 11 23rds. About a half. I'm going to show you those same two problems, but using short division, which is my favorite. Again, we're going to take 125, and we're going to divide it by 2. So first, I divide the 1 by 2, and that's not going to happen, so I'm going to put my 0 here. Then I'm going to divide my 2 by 2, which is 1. No remainder, so I don't have to worry about it. Now I divide my 5 by 2, which is 2. And my remainder is 1, and I write that as a fraction. Let's set this one up over here. Again, 3 is not going to be divided by 23, so put a 0 here. Now I have 35 divided by 23, which is 1. And my remainder, I don't have to do any of that bring down or anything, but my remainder is 12. I can see that. It went in one time, which is 23, and then there's 12 left over. So I'm actually going to take that 12. I enlarged my screen a bit so you can see. So when I get that remainder of 12, I'm going to put it here. So now I have 126 divided by 23. And I know from the last page that 5 is what I want. So it goes in 5 times. And again, my remainder is 11. Same answer, but I don't have to bring anything down. And I have the same two answers that I had on the previous page. So here are a couple more examples. And I'm going to use short division because that's probably the one that is newest to you, but my favorite. First, I'm going to divide my 6 by 3, and that is 2. I don't have any remainder, so I don't have to deal with that. I'm going to divide the 2 by 3, and that doesn't work, so I'm going to put that 0 there. But I did still have that 2 left over. So now I have to do 25 divided by 3, which is 8. That gave me 24, not quite my 25, so that means I had 1 left over. And there's my quotient. Over here, 6,543 divided by 15. Enlarge my screen a little bit again. So now I need to do 6 divided by 15. I'm going to put this little holder there because that's not going to happen, but I do still have that 6 left over. So now I have 65 divided by 15. Well, let's do our little 15 times 4 is 60, so that's as close as I'm going to get to 65. So it does go in 4 times. I didn't hit 65 exactly. I have a remainder of 5. I'm going to put that here. So now I'm dividing the 15 into 54, and that's going to be 3. And 15 times 3 is 45. So I wanted 54, but I only got to 45, so that means I had a remainder of 9. So now I am dividing 93 by 15. And that would be 6. That will give me 90. But I wanted 93, so when my remainder is 3, so 3/15. So it goes in 436 and 1/5. That would be the answer if I took this number and I split it into 15 groups. I would get that much in each group. So that's my review of division, long division and short division. Both methods work. You'll get the same answer. It is your choice.